All right, so how you doing today? Hopefully everybody's healthy and safe. We learned about simplifying expressions, and these are two of the examples from that lesson. You just had to find the like terms and combine them. You add them or subtract them depending on their signs. Today we're going to learn about adding linear expressions, which will look basically like the same thing and will be done basically the same way. Linear expressions. Here are two linear expressions. So the first expression in problem A on page 396 is 3x plus 5. The second expression is 2x plus 3. We are going to add those two separate expressions to each other. That's why they're in parentheses with the plus in between them. But basically, you can just pretend the parentheses aren't even there. You really just have one long expression, 3x plus 5 plus 2x plus 3. And so just like we did before in our simplifying expressions, you find the like terms, 3x and 2x, and then 5, the constant, goes with 3, the other constant. Those are the ones that will be added together. 3x plus 2x is 5x. 5 plus 3 is 8. And so you end up with 5x plus 8. That is the answer. That's as simple as we can write this. We don't know what x is, so we can't actually multiply 5 to it and then add 8. According to the order of operations, that's what you must do. Multiply before you add. We can't, so we're done. You cannot add 5x with 8. Those are not like terms, just like we learned in the last lesson. No, problem B. So now we are going to combine the linear expression 2x minus 4 with 3x minus 7. We're adding those two. And so I'm not even going to rewrite it and take the parentheses away. You already know the parentheses don't really matter. Just combine the like terms. 2x and 3x are like terms. I circled those. And then I'm boxing the other like terms, the constants, -4 and -7. Remember, a minus is the same as plus a negative. Plus a negative. Remember, we changed subtraction to adding the opposite, and then we use our addition rules. If the signs are the same, you add and keep that sign. If the signs are different, you subtract and keep the sign of the one with the greater absolute value. We for short say the bigger number, but it's really the one with the greater absolute value. 2x plus 3x, that's 5x. -4 plus -7 is -11. Now you can write plus -11, or you can make it simpler and just remember that minus and plus a negative are the same thing, and so you can just write 5x minus 11. Both answers are correct. I will accept either one on your assignment. All right, so let's just do a few more so that we have plenty of practice. Here's problem C. It's x minus 1 plus 2x plus 3. X and 2x makes 3x. -1 and positive 3, the constants. Remember, here we go. This one is plus a negative. That's a -1 and a positive 3. The signs are different, so you have to subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number, the one with the greater absolute value. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 is greater. It has the greater absolute value. It's positive, so it's positive 2. 3x plus 2 is the final answer. D, x minus 4 plus negative 2x plus 1. X and negative 2x are the like terms, and then negative 4 the constant and plus 1 the constant. But remember, I'm going to change negative 4 to plus a negative. If you're already used to just automatically looking at that as that's a negative, you don't have to write plus a negative. If you already know, that's fine. You can skip that step. X and negative 2x. Remember, this x, even though you don't see it, has a 1 in front of it. Remember the multiplicative identity property. Anything times 1 is itself. 1 times x is just x. We don't write the 1. You don't need it. I like to say it's invisible. It's really there. So if you need to write it in. And because you need to do 1 plus negative 2. So the signs are different. Subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1. Negative 2 has a greater absolute value, so it's negative 1. Negative 1x. Negative 4 and positive 1, the signs are different. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 4 has the greater absolute value, so it's negative 3. You can write plus a negative 3. I'm going to go ahead and just simplify it to minus 3 because that's the same thing. That's the answer to D. E. Now this one has one extra step. Remember, when there's a number right outside the parentheses, you should recognize that this expression is an example of the distributive property. You have to distribute that 6 first. So let's do that first. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 7 is 42. So this is 6x plus 42. And then plus x plus 3. So this one you do need to rewrite the expression first and then combine the like terms to simplify the expression. So we have 6x and x. Remember, there's really a 1 there. So 6x plus 1x is 7x. 42 plus 3, the constants, is 45. So the answer is 7x plus 45. That's the final answer. Okay, F, 12x plus 19 plus 2 times x minus 12. So here we go. We got to do the distributive property again. So let's just bring this one down. 12x plus 19 plus distribute. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 10, right? Minus 10 is plus a negative 10, is negative 20. So I'm going to just write minus 20. You can write plus a negative if you'd like to. And now I have my like terms. 12x and 2x will be added. My constants, 19 and negative 20, will be combined. 12x plus 2x, that's 14x. 19 and negative 20, those signs are different, so we actually have to subtract. Keep the sign of the one with the greater absolute value, the bigger number. So 20 minus 19 is 1. Negative 20 has a greater absolute value. It's negative, so it's negative 1. I'm going to just write minus 1. But if you want to write 14x plus negative 1, that's okay. I will accept either expression. All right, let's do a word problem. You know, you gotta do a word problem. Problem G. We're on page 398 now. G says, a rectangle has side lengths x plus 4 feet and 2x minus 2 feet. So this is a word problem example where we would have two separate expressions that we would need to add to each other, which is why we did those other problems first in practicing just adding linear expressions, because you'll actually later on in algebra and geometry you're going to have linear expressions that you'll have to be able to already know how to add, because you're going to be learning a even more complicated concept and use this easier concept. It'll get easier for you, don't worry, by the time you get to algebra and geometry. Okay, so let's practice. They want us to write a linear expression in simplest form to represent the perimeter. Find the perimeter. Let's circle that, that's important, right? Perimeter. Find the perimeter if the value of x is 7 feet. Okay, so first we have to write a linear expression in simplest form. Then we will find the perimeter. So first we have x plus 4 plus 2x minus 2. X and 2x are the like terms that we're going to add together, and the constant like terms 4 and negative 2. So we will have 2x plus x. Remember, there's that invisible one there. You don't have to write it if you can remember. I like writing it, especially with the red pen. It looks nice. 2x plus 1x, that's 3x. 4 and negative 2, subtract, that's 2. 4 has the greater absolute value, it's positive, so it's positive 2. 3x plus 2 is the simplified form, so circle that. That's your answer number 1. Answer number 2 is actually find the perimeter if x is 7. So I got to replace x with 7, so it should say 3 times 7, because 3x, remember, means 3 times x. A number in front of a variable means multiplication. Some of us keep forgetting that. I need you to remember a number right in front of a letter, a variable, means times. So it's 3 times 7 plus 2. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2. 21 plus 2, you know, is 23. And it's feet. So our final answer, I'm going to write over here in our answer column our first answer again, which was 3x plus 2. And then our final answer, which is 23 feet. P for perimeter. P equals 23 feet. All right, there you go. I want you to try these on your own, 1 through 4. I had some questions last time asking if you really had to do them. I mentioned it in the video and I wrote it in the description of your assignment in Schoology. Yes, try these on your own. They are required. You can do it. Just remember, perimeter means add all the sides. So write your expression first, then substitute the 3 after you get a simplified expression. Substitute 3 and solve for the perimeter. All right, that's it for today, and you'll practice some more tomorrow. Bye.